Today I want to present this article. The topic is learning language from interactive televisions. Language learners reflect on techniques and technologies. Citation. This article is from the Language Learning and Technology Journals, and the location is in the University of Brighton. And the content divided into introduction, literature review, methodologies, and results conclusion. The final is critiques and suggestions. And the introduction including backgrounds, literature reviews, and gap and purpose of the study. Introduction. ITV stands for Interactive Televisions. It is a new media technology that has a great potential for supporting language learners, particularly for independent adult learners. From our earliest example of paper-based language technologies, such as dictionaries and grammar books, for language laboratories, radio, audio, tapes, television programs, and CD-ROM, the internet, and most recently mobile technologies. This from the researcher at 2000. And the gap is, while there is an intensive literature on many other aspects of language learning and teaching, particularly in classroom settings, we know surprisingly little about the independent language learners' attitudes and approach to learn and to technologies for supporting it.
Hold on here, go back. Gian, why did you highlight while this word?
Because it is a signal words.
Oh, signal words of what? Go back, we don't see the...
For research gap.
Okay, so guys, can you take a look at page number 1 of the paper that Gian offered to us here, and especially the top of the paper, and that's the abstract, right? Line number 3. Line number 3 in the abstract. Did you see the signal words of the research gap we have been talking about in the previous lecture? And what's the signal word again, Gian?
While.
Well, and then you know this sentence is talking about the research gap. All right, go ahead.
So the purpose is to understand their motivation and methods they found useful and the problems they encountered.
Very good.
Literature review. The researcher from 1996, he pointed out the ITV has the potential to extend the lifelong learning opportunities to new types of learners, and conventional TV is a known and trusted technologies. And the researcher in 1999 point out people have a tendency to do other things, such as and chatting, reading, and eating while viewing. For the modifying TV for learnings, the two researchers in 1996 point out the digital televisions available via cable and satellites address a new dimension to learn from the TV by modifying available channels. And television is perceived as a leisure rather than a works technology. So any learning service needs to be designed with this in mind. This is from the two researchers in 2002. And the researcher from 2003, he pointed out that television is therefore already a powerful learning environment for language learners. Interactively, these new facilities for information retrieval and communication. And methodology part divided into 4 parts. The first part is participants, and second instruments. The final is data analysis. For the participants, the total number of participants is about 21.
What's the word again? Read the word here.
Participants. The participants is total 21 numbers and 21 person.
21 number. 21.
Most of them were adult learners. You can see in the chart from 21 to 30 years old is 10 persons. And 31 to 50 years old is 4 persons. And over 50 years old is about 7 persons. And their language, they has 40 persons will speak English, and the others speak Turkish. And all participants were frequent users of computer. For the instruments, the participant will receive the short questionnaires, and they will be interviewed, and when they describe their learning approach, the result will be written down with 23-page transcripts, and there will be video recording. And the data analysis. In this study, 3 evaluators analyzed the transcriptions independently. Procedures. The 21 participants were divided into 3 groups. Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. And they will do the group discussion about motivations. Why do they want to study language? And the approach. How do they study their language with technologies? For the result for motivation part, they learn a specific language was necessary, and they want to communicate with foreigners, and they like language and were permanent language learners. For the result, for the approach, for the book parts, there were 40 persons had used language textbooks, and 30 were they had used radio to assist language learners, with 5 using it often. And the video, there were 30 persons had used target language television for language learners, with 5 using it often. For the computer part, there has 8 persons had used a variety of software products, including online language courses, to assist their learning. For the communication technology such as email and chat rooms, there has 6 persons had used email for language learning, with free using it often. But for the ITV part, none of the participants had used interactive TV for language learning, nor were they particularly impressed with the current state of ITV technology and service. For the approach to learning English, a taxi driver had an intensive knowledge of the local road network, had developed his own version of location-based memory. You can see he shared the experience. The taxi driver studied language. He said, I associate Spanish vocabulary with streetness. Conclusion. Participants watch television for entertainment, and even our most fanatical language learners were not new to watch TV programs. And they benefit from multimedia of materials, with different media complementing each other and providing context to facilitate understanding. Many participants mentioned difficulty in remembering language and grammar rules that they had learned but did not practice after class. So I think this is the problem. They did not improve a lot. However, they had developed many solutions and approach to memory problems. Critique and suggestion. Critique. Although researchers provide quite detailed information about participants, the sample item of questionnaire did not mention, and the sample size quite small. The result is incomplete and not suitable for other locations. And here are some suggestions for this article. Remember short questionnaires if the questionnaires were adapted from other researchers, cite the name and years, and invite more participants join this study is to increase the reliability and validities, and develop the instruments part of questionnaires is to balance, because in this study, in this article, they didn't show the questionnaires. Thanks for listening.